Cardinals, fellas. We all know how this segment is gonna go. Kyler Murray, Ty Bob.
Oklahoma boy.
Go
Oh,
on.
he's actually shutting up.
Go, go on.
No, I
I'll
wanted
let
to
you.
hear the glaze. How he Mighty Mouse guy is
Can I go
is
and
is
glaze
gonna
for him for a little
carry.
bit? I'm gonna
Gonna
glaze for him for a second.
You're gonna glaze him?
I'm gonna glaze him for Ty Bob here for a
Are you gonna
second.
call him Mighty Mouse too?
No, not
Oh,
definitely
okay.
not.
All right.
Kyler Murray played in 8 games last year. He started 8 games, won 4 of those games. So for them,
500.
pretty good for that. So they have a chance to do much better things this year. That you have the receiver there that could actually help out, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Looks like he's going to stay healthy per Ty Bob this year. I think he's going to be doing great things. He was doing all types of NFL catches in college, but getting both feet in the sideline catches and in the end zone. So small guy to big target could work out pretty damn well. You also got Trey McBride there. They came along very well by the end of the year, and Trey McBride was somebody you had to start in the season last year for fantasy. So offensively, they look like they're going to be a lot better. They have faith in the coach again this year. Really, really big dork, but you know what? They like him down there. So I see good things for the Cardinals coming up. Mediocre year, but better than they were last year.
You think the rebuild or the trying to build around Kyler is moving in the right direction?
It's moving, I'll say that.
It's moving.
You don't have
Kyler's
Josh
going to be
Dobbs
moving
starting half
around
the
a
game,
lot
so
because he's not going to have time to throw. He's going to want to do disappointing seasons for the Arizona Cardinals. He's going to want to do a little bit too much, right? He's like, I got to put this team on my back. I got to sling this thing. I got to run around and do Mighty Mouse things, and I think that's where he's going to fuck up.
Well, I mean, looking here, they've restructured the offensive line. So is he going to have to roll outside and run around a whole lot? It'll be left unseen at the moment.
To see his receivers downfield, yes.
That's true. But he's at least going to have the time, it looks like, from the reconstruction of the offensive line. You've got Greg Dortch, Michael Wilson, who are returning from the last couple of seasons. You've also got Marvin Harrison Jr., who's coming in. And we have seen what Kyler Murray can do when he's out on the field. 65 games, he's got 15, almost just over 15 and a half thousand yards in 65 games. Like we've seen him go out there when he's got the talent and somewhat help and be able to go out and put up numbers. It's not like he's ever really had much of a team around him, whether it's been on offense or on defense. And a lot of these guys have been consistently injured. And so, can we sit here and say that Kyler Murray isn't living up to expectations? I would say yes, because he was drafted number one overall to be the expectation to get them to the playoffs and win on a consistent basis. And he hasn't done that. But he hasn't had a whole lot of help to produce. How can you score and win games when any of your wide receivers are not available? When you don't have an offensive line, when your defense gives up the most points and the most yards every single season, year in and year out. Quarterback doesn't play defense, boys. And I don't think you can put a lot of the blame on Kyler for the things that have been going on in Arizona for a disorganized franchise.
Oh, I don't really blame him for that. I never was a fan of him, and I think that's just because he went to Oklahoma, and you like Oklahoma a lot. So
And so
I
that's
think
why
he
you hate
should.
him.
I think he
I
should have
have to
stuck
have
to
something to
baseball.
really disagree with you on for like no real reason. But truth be told, um, I think I think they are probably moving in the right direction. But as far as the outlook for this season, Kyler Murray will probably have a really good statistical season, probably like north of 4,000 passing yards and chuck a bunch of rushing yards on top of that. But it's probably going to be inflated by having to play from behind because that defense is hot garbage and they're clearly the worst team. Maybe exciting you guys, and we put them here, but clearly the worst team in their division.
just excited to see
Outside
what
of
the offense
49ers
can do.
getting decimated by injuries.
I'm just excited to see what they can do. Can they go out there and put up offensive touchdowns? Can they go out there and hold some teams together? I don't know. You're right. This defense looks awful. Like you still have Buda Baker, who shouldn't have signed that long-term contract. You've got Xavier Collins, who's a good acquisition there, but overall, this defense looks hot garbage. So Kyler Murray's going to have to go out there and probably put up 30, maybe 40 points a game because that's exactly what's going to happen to their defense all year long. But excited
And
to
he won't.
see.
They'll put up like 25 to 33 and they'll lose those games.
Over or under 14 and a half games Kyler Murray plays this year?
I'm gonna optimistically take the over. I want him to have a long season. Like
You said how many games, Sean? Sorry.
14 and a half.
You know what? I'll be optimistic as well and go over. He had 16, he played all 16 games his first 2 years, 14 games the following in his third season, and then didn't get above 11 the last 2 seasons. So I think he can return to form and be just fine.
I'm going under, man. He's not going to make it through the year. Injuries have already started. Not a good
Also,
sign for him.
I'm gonna take the over 4,000 yards passing.
Take it to the bank.
I think he can very easily get there. He just gotta play all the games. You gotta play all the games. Gotta have a full season, Kyler. Then you got some traction over there. But your division mates are clearly better than you guys.
Over under on yards, Marvin Harrison Jr.
950.
Over.
Yeah, that's
I was going to
that's
say over with whatever you said.
I was gonna say like 850,
Over.
maybe 800. I was gonna say 950 under.
Scatter the
I mean,
ball.
that would be a huge disappointment, don't you think?
I I
That
think
would
that
be
would
it's
be
the production you've been getting out of first round receivers the past few seasons in the NFL. That should be a huge letdown.
I would say yes if it were not for the fact that Kyler Murray already has rapport with Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch. For as
Because they're
good as a
so
lot
much
of
better than
people
Marvin Harrison
listen,
Greg
I'm
Jr.
not saying
fucking
I'm not saying
Dortch.
I'm not saying that they're better,
I know
but
you're not.
quarterback
You better not.
play has a lot to do with chemistry. And because of the chemistry, I think Tyler's going to be looking towards Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch more at the beginning of the season until that rapport is built with Marvin Harrison Jr. and in probably after the first 4, maybe 5 games. And that's where we'll see MHJ really
Marvin Harrison got that
explode.
auto chemistry down.
I bet within the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, Marvin Harrison
getting
Jr.
open.
Marvin Harrison Jr. will
It's
have at least one
I'm
game.
open. Throw me the ball, motherfucker.
He's gonna have at least one game with over 150 yards receiving. First 3 weeks of the NFL season. Calling it now.
How many yards?
Over 150.
Over 100. Oh, in each of the first 3 games?
No, in one game.
Oh, in one game. Okay.
He's saying in one of the first 3 games, he's going to hit 150.
Plus.
All right. Fair enough. I would like to see it.
Take that to the bank.
I mean, he's got
Which game are we going to put it on? You can't just say, one of the first 3.
Bet it every week. Easy solution right there.
Let's move on.
You send me $5 a week, and I will match it.
You piqued my interest now.
Hey.
I cannot afford. Oh fuck.
What's the over under wins?
Oh, I forgot about their over under here.
Yo,
Let's take a quick look. Let's see.
Surprisingly,
Vegas
no.
odds 7.5.
Under 6 games.
They did 4 last year. Kyler was not a part of very many of those games. I can say that one confidently. Give me the over 7.5.
Like I alluded to earlier, they won 4 of the 8 Kyler Murray games. They got to win 4 more, and they got 8 other opportunities. Give me the over.